welcome to my channel, and today I am going to be doing the Hamilton book tag. Now if you don't know, Hamilton is probably one of the most famous musicals that's going around at the moment. It's currently in Broadway and it's coming to the West End this year. I think it's November. I haven't got my tickets yet because there's a rumour going round that the original Hamilton and the creator of Hamilton, Lin-Manuel Miranda, I think that's how you pronounce his name, may be playing Hamilton in 2018, so I am going to save buying tickets until then. So hopefully I will see it next year. I am a bit late to the party though because I've only recently downloaded the soundtrack, I think in January, but I have become slightly obsessed with it. It is the only thing I listen to on my iPad now. I'm just so obsessed with it and I just can't wait to see it when it comes to the West End. When I found out there was a Hamilton book tag, I thought I need to do this, and here I am finally doing that. Now this is based off different songs from the musical, so let's get started. The first one is The Room Where It Happens. And the question for this is, what book would you put yourself into? And for me, that would be the whole Harry Potter series. I would just love to live in this world. Preferably I would love to be a wizard or a witch. I would love to go to Hogwarts. I'd love to go to Diagon Alley. I'd love to just be there, be put into a house, do all the lessons, and just live in a world where magic is real and there's always hope. Because I think we need that now at the moment. But yeah, I would love to live in the Harry Potter world. The next one is the Schuyler Sisters, and this is an underrated female character. Now I found this quite hard because there are always quite a few, but also recently lots of people have been getting into female characters, so I don't think there's really an underrated one. For me personally, I think it will be Kate Harker from This Savage Song by V.E. Schwab. I'm saying Kate just because I haven't really seen people mention her, and I think she's a really strong character. Originally she wants to be like her father, she wants to prove that she's worthy to take over and lead, but then she gets involved with what is called a monster, and she basically has to go on the run, and she becomes quite strong and stands up to her father, which I think is really, really cool and really great of the character, and I can't wait to see more of her in Our Dark Duet, which I think is out this year. The next one is My Shop, and that is a character that goes after what they want and won't let anything or anyone get in their way. And for this I'm going to go with Kaz from the Six of Crows series by Leigh Bardugo. Basically Kaz, I don't want to give anything away if you haven't read it yet, but he wants to bring a certain character down because he believes he caused his brother's death. And basically I think it's like a running thread between these two books. You only really find out the main bit of it in A Crooked Kingdom, I think, or I might be starting to get the two books mixed up, but yeah, he's something that won't let anyone get in the way, whether it's bringing this man down or saving Inez. I can never pronounce the name. Is it Inez? I don't know. I'm going to sneeze. Bless me. But yeah, I think you definitely have to go with Kaz for this. The next one is Burn, and that's the most heartbreaking end to a relationship. For this you could do A Crooked Kingdom and Nina and Matthias, because I thought that was quite sad, but I think my overall one has to be Finnick and Annie from Mockingjay, the Hunger Games series by Suzanne Collins, just because I just cried my eyes out. Everyone's read this, but if you haven't read it, maybe just turn it to mute for a moment. But basically they loved each other, they got married, and then Finnick died and it turned out Annie was pregnant, which is just so sad. And I think everyone loves Finnick, and so when they found out he fell in love with this mad girl and he was one of the kind of stud people who everyone loved, I think it's just great that Suzanne Collins did that, because normally you would think like the man everyone fancies would go and get with the woman that everyone fancies, but instead he went for a mad girl because he just went for true love and not for looks. The next one is You'll Be Back, and I just have to mention that King George is probably my favourite character in the whole of Hamilton, just because he is so funny and I love these 3 songs he has. He's only in the show for like 9 minutes, but I think he totally steals it. But You'll Be Back is basically the sassiest villain. And I had quite a hard time deciding on this, but I decided to go with Rhys or Rysand from A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J Maas, just because in this book Rhys is seen as a villain. He's on the side of, I think is it Samantha? It's something like Samantha, but it's not Samantha. I can't really remember. But yeah, he's basically like a villain. He's quite sassy, especially when he's talking to Tamlin. But then in A Court of Mist and Fury, you kind of realise why he's like that. But definitely in this book, I saw him as a villain, and I really, really loved him as a villain as well. The next one is the Reynolds pamphlet, which I find so hard to say, and that is a twist that you never saw coming. Now, there's quite a lot of twists that you didn't see coming, but I thought I'd go for something I never normally go with, and that's the ending to Three Dark Crowns. The only problem with this is I can't really say what that twist was without spoiling it for you. So I can't really say much about this, but just give this book a read, and the twist I did not see coming at all. The next one is Non-Stop, and that's a series you marathoned. Now normally with the series I like to get all the books and read them one after another, but last year I didn't really do that. The last one I did that with was A Court of Thorns and Roses and A Court of Mist and Fury, but I kind of read a book between them, so that doesn't count. So the last one I read straight after each other was the Mortal Instruments series. I basically read these straight after each other. These aren't the books I originally read. And the first time I read them, I read the first 5, and then A City of Heavenly Fire was released, and I still haven't actually read that book. So I'm hoping to maybe reread these and marathon them again, just so I can read City of Heavenly Fire. Next one is Satisfied, and that's your favourite books with multiple points of view. Now, I love books with multiple points of view. It's only last year I really read books that had that, so it was quite new to me. But my favourite one is a book that's already been mentioned, and that's Six of Crows by Leigh Bardugo. I like this so much just because each character is totally different, and they're all diverse, they've all got different personalities, different reasons for being in the book, and I just think Leigh brought them together so great, and that different points of view is one thing that made it like that, because if it didn't have the points of view and say it was just told from the view of Kaz, I don't think you'd get attached to each character as you do. So I think it's a great job that Leigh did this as a different points of view book, and I think it just makes it one of the best books I've read. The next one is Who Lives, Who Dies, Who Tells Your Story, and that's the finale of Hamilton, and it's probably one of the ones that always makes me cry when I listen to it. And the theme for this one is a book or series that you think will be remembered throughout history. Now, this is going to be an obvious one for me, but again, it has to be Harry Potter, just because I think this will go down in history, not only for the books, but also for the films, and I think the books may become like a children's classic, just because they are so brilliant. It kind of broke the mould when it first came out, you know. It was the first time in my generation you'd see people queuing outside Waterstones to go to a midnight launch. And I think it's just going to go down in history as one of the best children's series there is out there. And I don't think anyone would ever forget it. I think there'll always be new editions and new covers coming out, especially now with Fantastic Beasts as well. I don't think you're going to be able to forget Harry Potter for quite a while. And like I said, in the future there's probably going to be degrees on it, like children's literature, and you'll do about Harry Potter. I think this one is going to be around for quite a while. The next one is Stay Alive, and that's a character you wish was still alive. Now again, I'm going to have to lift up my big Harry Potter books, just because for this I'm going to say Fred Weasley. I think it's Fred that dies, but I wish he was still alive, because I can't really picture George without Fred, and you know, I can imagine the Weasleys just being distraught, especially Molly Weasley, the mum, and it just broke me when he died, especially because of George's reaction. And yeah, you read all these things on Tumblr about how George looks into the mirror of Erised and he doesn't really see anything, because he's obviously, his twins died and he's not as funny anymore. He's not really his trickster kind of person. And I think it was such a brave thing for J.K. Rowling to do, especially because it's a Weasley and it's one of the twins, and I think everyone loved them. To kill them off, it was just a brave thing for her to do, but I kind of wish he was still alive, just because I like all the Weasleys being together. It's a family that I don't think anyone was prepared for that to happen. Okay, so that's it for the Hamilton book tag. I don't think I'm going to tag anyone. If you want to do this, just go ahead and do it. It'd be great if you could just post a link down below so then I can watch everyone's different versions of this. Or if you want to, you can just comment down below with what you think you'd put for each topic. And as usual, you can subscribe or like to this channel, and there is also my Twitter, Goodreads, Instagram and Snapchat to follow. And I will see you later with a new video. Bye!